Cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do.
Good morning, people of the center. It's so wonderful to see you, to see that you all survived Thanksgiving, and that you're all here with us this morning. I am Reverend Russell Gear. I am your friendly assistant minister, and I'm so glad to be with you today. And if you are here with us for the first time, we especially want to welcome you. Especially if it's been a long time since you've been with us in person, we really want to welcome you, and welcome to our live streamers as well. And no matter how you are getting in touch with us, please know that you can always find out what's going on our website, www.cslsr.org. And thank you so much for honoring our safety requirements. It's because of you that we can have these in-person services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. And as a friendly reminder, we do ask that you please keep your mask on for the entirety that you're in the building here today. Now, did you know that there are several ways that you can contribute to your center? You can give online on our website, you can send us a check, and there will be baskets at the exits on your way out of service today. And because we are a community-supported organization, we are so grateful for the gifts that you give us. It's because of you that we are able to be here and to serve you. Now, at the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa, we are motivated by a vision of a healthy, loving world. It is known as the global vision, if I can get the words out this morning. It is known as the global vision, and it calls us to imagine a world that works for everyone. We see a world in which every person lives in full alignment with their highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with the divine and connection with one another. It's a world in which individually and collectively, we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. And we support this vision through our shared values. The first being spiritual living. As we learn and practice our teaching, the science of mind, we live principle-centered, spirit-led lives and turn to our principles for guidance in all moments and all areas of our lives. We practice integrity, which is the embracing of the quality of being honest and striving to let our inner convictions match our outer actions. We express wholeness, honesty, and fairness in all of our relationships and activities. And everyone's favorite, the love, the love. We embrace love as the self-givingness of life itself to all of creation, moving through us into expression as compassion, caring, mutual respect, kindness, and selfless service. And finally, compassion. We expressed interest in and support for the well-being of ourselves and others. We express unconditional love when observing the suffering of others and do what we can to give aid and show our compassion. So I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, the prayer, our practices, and Dr. Edwards' message today is exactly what you need to experience for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. You are welcome here. Please sit back and enjoy the service.
Let us pray. As we turn within to open our hearts to Spirit's sacred power and presence, it is a source of all creation, an infinite flow of goodness, a light that always shines, and a love and compassion that has no limit. And this is where we make our home. Spirit is alive at the heart center of our being, and we are indivisible from this truth, always one with the one. I know that the message and the music brings greater awareness of this truth and uplifts our center family, those gathered here and those watching online. As we reflect this truth out into our lives and our world, it is magnified and shared to create a great healing for our planet, our climate, and the entire family of humanity. I know that our children and young people grow vibrant and strong. Peace and harmony are known by all, and love enfolds us in unity and oneness. For Spirit lights the path before us with wisdom and joy. My heart is grateful for these truths and this gift. I simply release this word, and together we say, and so it is. Good morning. I'm Reverend Scioto Bell, and this is our affirmation for this month. I clearly see the unity of all life. I tune my awareness to the spiritual truth of beauty and grace. My breath is the breath of Spirit.
Child of this universe, the ocean dancing child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have aligned for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. To every blade of grass and every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me, moving through me. Now I am a child of this universe. Through my breath all life can breathe, and I plant the seeds with my every dream. I am loved at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. Now I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face, and I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all of life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time. To every blade of grass and every shaking leaf on a tree, to every mountain top, I sing to the glory of God moving through me, moving as me, moving as me, moving as me, moving as you, moving.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Christopher Fritchie and the band. Thank you for opening our hearts this morning. And welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you. And enjoy this post-Thanksgiving haze of gratitude with you. It's so nice to see you. And I notice that we're doing it again. We're starting to sit in the same place. I love that. I love to see there the Thomasons over there, the hands over there, and I see some new people, and I see some new people moving closer and closer to the front. I love it. I love that we are there. Yes, there's Coach over there, and Don's always in that seat, and there's Linda Almeida right in that seat. Isn't that wonderful? To come to a place and feel that comfort where we can be held together and learn together to be our best selves. When I look back at these past 2 years, see how the room went quiet? When I look back at these past 2 years, I have a sense of awe and amazement, really, for everything that's taken place in my personal life. in the life of our community, so many changes in our county, in our nation, in our world. Really awe and amazement, and yet not all of it has been wonderful. Not all of it has been easy. Not all of it has been convenient. And if I had known what these experiences would be like, if somebody gave me a warning before I stepped into each experience, I wonder if I would have agreed to go. Would I have got on the bus to go if I had a choice? I might not have wanted to step into them. And as I was going through some of the experiences of this past year, I would say I didn't exactly experience gratitude or appreciation or amazement while I was going through some of them. Do you know what I mean? I can see how what I experienced a lot of the time was struggle, resistance, confusion. And yet, if I can just step back from it a little bit, I can see that every point along the way, there was always something or someone, some element of goodness that was beautiful and helpful and inspiring even, without ever wanting something from me in return. Whether that was simply the air that I was breathing, or the chair I was sitting on, or some encouraging word, or an act of kindness by a stranger that I observed. Every point along the way. So there's where my gratitude is. You know, I used to think of gratitude as that feeling I have when I receive something that I want or that I need. And it is good and appropriate to have that feeling when we get and receive what we need. I'm remembering when I was in college, I came from a very, very poor family, and I was studying music in school, and we couldn't afford the instrument that I needed. You know, 40 years ago, was it? More than that. $1,000 for an instrument was astronomically high. We just couldn't wrap our heads around that. And I was at risk for not being able to complete the program, or at least keep up with the other students who all had what they need. Now, a local business sponsored me, found me and sponsored me and paid for that instrument so that I could participate. And I was blown away by that. So I went to the business owner to ask what I could do in return. And I remember the look on his face. He just looked at me and said nothing, as if it was the silliest question he had ever heard. Nevertheless, I was grateful for the support, and I said so. More importantly, that act of generosity opened something in me, a general feeling of amazement and appreciation, because I couldn't have predicted that outcome. It wasn't part of my planning. And there was absolutely nothing being asked of me in return. I wanted to remember that feeling. And I have, mostly. I want to remember it because it helps me to pay attention to the thousands of ways that life supports me without asking for a single thing in return. And I want to remember it because it's also helped me to be generous without asking for anything in return. I want to trust that that feeling and that way of being is always available to me. I want to live as if I really know that there is a powerful good in this universe flowing through me just as it flows through you, and that I can use it, like you can, to live my best self and contribute to this world. And I want to know that not only in the good times, but also in years like the past two. All along the way. Now, when I can remember and pause for a moment and breathe and look for the good and appreciate it and acknowledge all the small miracles that are present along the way, when I can do that, the act of doing it helps me to keep on going, even when I can't see the other side clearly yet. And you know, when I'm doing this exercise of noticing and appreciating the good, it's not like I'm ignoring or denying the real difficulties and needs that I have, that the world has, that people around me have. I'm not denying that. I'm doing something else. I'm getting into the habit of being a little more aware of the simplest things that make this amazing journey called life what it is, the mystery that it is. And paying attention that way, over time, it turns into a consciousness of gratitude, of appreciation, even when I don't yet know what the gift is, when it will come, or how it will arrive. And sometimes I can't get into appreciation right away. It seems too far away. So I do something, maybe it's a trick. What I do is I just start looking at life. I suspend my bias. I stop looking for what's wrong. I try to look at life with an open mind, mindfully seeing it as it is. The Mindfulness Code is a book written by Donald Altman, and in it he gives an exercise that I love doing, and maybe you'd like to try it. He says, first, turn your attention to what you have in your life from the very moment you wake in the morning. Appreciate the breath, the blankets that warm you, the shower that refreshes and cleanses you, and even the alarm clock that wakes you up. Next, find a reminder of such ordinary goodness that you can carry around with you throughout the day. For example, a picture of a loved one, or a stone, or some other object from a memorable trip, or an inspirational quote. And then finally, share your appreciation of this goodness with others. I love that. Knowing that I was going to share this quote with you this morning, when I was in the kitchen at the center here getting a cup of coffee, I spent a moment looking at the cup. No agenda, looking at it. You know, when I can get into that feeling of appreciation, my heart softens. And my mind slows down, and I get that feeling of awe. The feeling that goes along with the phrase, oh my God. For me, that feeling, it's both love and respect together that I feel and humility together when I see life around me in its fragile, delicate, complicated, powerful, amazing, mysterious state. And that's when I notice the air that I breathe doesn't want anything from me. That blanket in the morning doesn't want a thing from me. It makes no demand. That cup is perfectly being a cup. Everything is what it is, perfectly. And then I might even be able to see myself in the same way as I look at that cup, or that blanket, or that wall, with acceptance, with respect, with kindness. So, for example, if I'm worried or stressed out about something, I try to see that. It is what it is. I try to see it with kind-hearted compassion, without making any demand on it, without rejecting that part of me. Then from this attitude of acceptance, a gentle gratitude just rises up. And you know, to get into and to keep that feeling going, there are some things that are helpful for me. It's helpful for me to admit that I don't always know how things will work out. It's helpful for me to accept that on this journey there may be tension, struggle, disagreement, disappointment, loss, change, surprises. It's useful for me to realize that I get impatient to get to the good stuff. And when I can admit this, when I can admit I don't know everything and that I'm impatient, then I can relax a bit. And when I relax a bit, then I can hold things less tightly. And when I hold things less tightly, amazing things happen that I really can't predict, that I really can't plan. It's almost as if life is just waiting for me to take that breath and to open my appreciative heart and to let reality in. Sometimes it feels like a window opening in a stuffy room, letting in fresh air, and I can breathe more easily, and I can see more clearly, and I can move more flowingly. And in that state, when I drop the urge to fight against life, I start to notice more and more and more of what there is in life that I may have been taking for granted. One of our spiritual practices at the Center for Spiritual Living is called circulation. And it includes simple gratitude exercises that can help lead us to this kind of, kind-hearted state of mind. Gratitude exercises help me recover from life's stress when I remember to do them. Gratitude exercises help turn my emptiness into gladness. For example, when I silently thank everyone and everything. This is a practice that I do, and I don't make a big deal about it, and I don't tell people I'm doing it. It just goes on in me, especially when my mind is troubled. I start the practice of appreciating things silently, whatever I can. So if I see someone helping a child, I just say in my mind, thank you. If I see someone smiling at somebody they love, I may not even know them, I just say thank you. And when I keep on going with this practice, something changes in me. The door, the window, it opens. It's not like life suddenly makes more sense, although it may. It's not like the reason for poverty and war suddenly become more clear to me. I mean, they might. But a slow warmth, an inner light begins to glow in me, and I call it gratitude. That's what it feels like. And it gives me the courage to look for more to be grateful for. And it gives me the courage to risk being generous without strings attached. And when I say generous, I mean in every way. With my assumptions about other people, with my praise, with my self-care, with what I have. So I keep on finding ways to practice getting into this feeling, and one of the ways is by reflecting on the year and asking myself, and I invite you to do that too. Ask yourself, in this past year, how has life shown itself to you in its tender beauty? You know, maybe through an event that moved you, or an unexpected kindness. Or in this past year, how have I shown up well? As my best self, as best as possible? Was there some act of kindness? Some act of generosity and caring? In this past year, how have I been touched, moved by another person's act of kindness or generosity? In this past year, how have my eyes been opened to the mystical oneness of this spiritual life that we share in common? And then I remind myself, stay in that feeling of awe and gratitude as long as possible. Why? Because I think this world is hungry for your gift of gratitude because of what it brings. To me, your gift of gratitude is an acknowledgement that this life is worth living. Your gift of gratitude feeds people around your community. It feeds them with hope, and it makes the impossible possible. Every time you express your gratitude, think of it this way: you are giving strength and courage for people to go on. One of the simplest and I think most beautiful ways of practicing feeling gratitude that I know of is by saying what I am grateful for. For example, I don't mind telling you I am grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my friends who know the truth about me and still love me anyway. Huh? Because you know there are things to know about each one of us, right? I'm grateful for the great women in my life who have shown me how to be strong and gentle. I'm grateful for the great men in my life who have shown me how to be gentle and strong. I'm grateful for our staff who make me look good. You know, let's be honest. All the glory goes to them, really. I'm grateful for our board of trustees who tirelessly serve and nourish the center. I'm deeply grateful for medical science and for my hand surgery so that I can continue working with my hands in the world. It's a miracle. And I'm grateful for this community and all the people who show up and the volunteers to make spiritual living a priority in a world that doesn't do that. I'm grateful for our prayer practitioners, you know, the ones who pray with us in those moments when we can't pray for ourselves, the ones who are willing to put aside their own stuff so that they can be present for us when we need somebody to watch over us in prayer. And another easy and effective way to practice getting into gratitude is by saying thank you as much as possible, not only silently like I do in my mind, but actually out loud with your voice. So thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving in this community for over 30 years. How fortunate am I? And thank you for never abandoning this community, not when fires came, not when floods came, not when pestilence came, and not when disappointment came, or bad reviews or disagreement. No, thank you. And thank you for letting me grow up in public in front of you without ever making me feel like a fool, which I've been. Haven't you? And thank you for helping to create this place in Sonoma County called the Center for Spiritual Living, which is an oasis of spiritual sustenance for those who, like us, want to learn to be our best selves in the world, to contribute to the world, to help make it a better place for everyone. Now, when I say thank you, you know what I've noticed? That people may receive that well, but I can't be sure. I've got to have no attachments. I can be sure that my heart will open with the practice of saying thank you. I'll tell a story. I write thank you cards on behalf of you, on behalf of the center, to members and friends who make significant contributions, right? We want to say thank you for that. And one person that would frequently make a significant contribution contacted me to let me know that she did not need the thank you cards. And she said very sweetly, she said, "Edward, you know that's not why I give." Now, I have a friendly relationship with her, right? So in my own sassy way, and I said to her playfully, "Oh, honey, I'm not writing the cards for you. I'm saying thank you for me, for my consciousness, for the well-being of the community, because I never want to slip into heartless receiving. I never want to take people's generosity for granted. I never want to forget all of the hands and the hearts and the prayers and the kindness that builds the road upon which we travel. Sometimes we also just write random cards of thank you for no reason at all. One year we had so much fun. Several years ago, we sent a letter of acknowledgement in a card to every single person we had on our mailing list for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And one member came up and she confessed. She said she received the envelope from the center and she had a look at it and she said to herself as she opened, "Okay, what do they want now?" But she found no request for contribution inside. No self-addressed stamped envelope. Nothing. Only a genuine expression of that awesome feeling of gratitude. And she said to me, it touched me deeply. And I've gone back to that card over and over again. And later she told me that receiving the card opened up something in her heart and inspired her to write to family members she hadn't been in touch with who lived in another state simply to tell them what she appreciated about them. I leave you with this. Gratitude is contagious. The warmth of it is irresistible to others. Gratitude is creative. It can do things that we by ourselves cannot do. And gratitude is attractive. And what I mean by that is it draws us forward into being the best selves we can be in life. I invite you to take a breath in with me and to exhale for a moment of prayer. There is one source from which we all come, the living Spirit Almighty. One of its most ancient names is love. And as we heard Reverend Russ describe it, the self-givingness of the universe through itself, to itself as us. So today in this prayer, I identify myself with that givingness, and I know that it is always available for me to sync my mind, my heart, and my actions with that beautiful expression of giving. And I know this is true and available for everyone who hears these words. And so for a moment in time, I drop all planning, all computing, all figuring out, all reaching, all strategy. And for a moment, I rest in the awesome awareness that around me and in me, before me and behind me, are millions of examples of the self-givingness. And so I tune my thought today through this prayer to notice anew the beauty. And in so doing, I know that I am lifted up to take my place in the community of beings with courage and with an inclination to share and love and uplift creation. I know that as soon as these words are spoken and accepted in my heart, in our hearts, that spiritual law takes it away and causes it to be. I know then that as it is spoken, it is done. So I consider myself and ourselves to be rooted in gratitude today, now. And that is why I say, and so it is. And let the next breath you take be deeper than the one before, like this. So that as we exhale together, we make a transition into the next part of our activity. Before the pandemic, this would be the part where we would celebrate our support for the center and we would pass the baskets. And so, of course, we don't do that now. We place the baskets out there so you can access them at your leisure and drop something in or use one of the many other ways to safely contribute. We are a community-supported organization, so I thank you, along with Reverend Russ and all of the staff, for helping us be here during difficult times. We want to bring a moment of mindfulness to this practice because it's easy for it to slip by. So I invite you to take your hand and place it on your chest as a symbol of your heart's connection to this spiritual journey, this community, and this place. And think for a moment of how you have contributed, whether that is through your prayers or through your volunteering or through your financial contribution or through your goodwill. Just appreciate yourself for that. And then think with me for a moment in if there is a way that the center has supported you in your journey. And feel your gratitude for that. I thank you for being here today and for supporting your center. Reverend Russ, please won't you come up and tell us about what's going on in our community?
Certainly. And thank you, Dr. Edward. Now that you open the gratitude door, I'm going to walk through it. And just say how grateful I am to be here. And I was really reminded of how grateful I am yesterday. Most of you probably don't know, but I actually performed my first marriage yesterday to a lovely couple in Petaluma. And what filled me with gratitude is Dr. Edward was saying his talk and, reminding me and getting me into that is I saw them looking at each other, as I'm going through the ceremony, and I could just see the love bouncing back and forth between them like this beautiful ping pong ball. And I think back to it, and I'm just so grateful that I had that opportunity to do that and to help them to memorialize their own love for each other. So I just wanted to share that with you all. It was a lot of fun, and I'm so grateful to be here. So, speaking of gratitude and things that fill us with gratitude, we are moving into that holiday season. We've just passed Thanksgiving, and we are getting closer to our Christmas celebrations. And I say celebrations plural because we have more than one. So my invitation for you is to stay tuned to our e-newsletter, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in these announcements, for a sign-up link for our in-person and live-streamed Christmas Eve service that is coming up this month. So it will be live-streamed for whatever reason you can't make it here, so don't feel like you have to be here physically, though we love having you here. What I heard from everybody who was at our Thanksgiving Eve service was how grateful they were to be in community physically with each other, and there's just so much love that night. I know that that's going to be the same thing for a Christmas Eve service. So there will be a sign-up link if you would like to be here with us in person, so please look for that in our e-newsletter, which I'm going to be sending out this week. And let me see here, what am I missing? You can also find the link for that on cslsr.org once we put it up live for you to fill out. And also, we are going to be offering a Christmas Day service in the morning at 10 a.m., and that's only going to be on Zoom. So you can just be in your Christmas PJs and open your presents with everyone else on Christmas Day if that's what you want to do. And you can find the details about that on our website as well. Now, we have a very special Wednesday night live coming up this Wednesday, December 1st at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Zoom. We are hosting a community forum so that we can hear from you, from our community, about what you've been loving, what you might be needing more of, and any thoughts, any ideas, anything at all. We want to hear from you, so we would love to have you join us for that this Wednesday. And you can find the link for that by clicking the picture of the Post-it note with a light bulb on it on our website. That's the Post-it note with a light bulb. You can't miss it. And speaking of community feedback, and this is where the e-newsletter comes back in, keep an eye out for a short survey link that's going to be in our e-newsletter this week that will give you another opportunity to share with us a little about how you best enjoy our Sunday services, whether that's in person or on our live stream. If you are not getting our e-newsletter in your email, do not fret. There is a way to get signed up. You can see Linda Han at our information table on the way out of the sanctuary today. And you can also give us your email address to get signed up for it if you go onto our website and scroll all the way down to the bottom to where the purple banner is. There's a big e-newsletter banner there, and you can simply put in your email address, and that will get you signed up to receive those correspondences. And it's a great way to get plugged into our community because we don't just put informational stuff in there. We also put spiritual tools. We put spiritual mind treatment in there. We have blog articles that many of our community members generously contribute to us. So it's a wonderful resource to stay plugged in beyond our Sunday services. We also still have an easy way for you to support your community and make use of those little soaps, shampoos, lotions, etc. that you get from hotels. We are collecting those through the end of this month, so there's not a lot of time left, but basically, we're taking all of these items and we're giving them to those who are living with mental illness. Please also consider donating deodorant, razors, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and regular size bars of soap. And you can place those donations in the plastic box near the entrance in the social hall for the month of November. If you are just hearing this for the first time, we do have staff that are here usually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday too. So if you have something that you want to drop off during the week, stop by during regular business hours. There will probably be somebody here who can accept that. And we're so grateful for your participation. I've been seeing what's been getting put in that box, and it just fills me with so much joy to see the generosity that our community is sharing. Finally, our education schedule for the winter term is posted on our website for you to check out. And we'll be opening registration on Sunday, December 5th, so be sure to take a look at any of the classes that speak to you. That's another wonderful way to get plugged into our community. So that's all that I have for you. We have a wonderful nonprofit video in just a moment. And thank you for being here. We love you lots, and have a wonderful week.
Hello, my name is Betty Arderberry. I am the CEO of the Sonoma County Indian Health Project, Incorporated. First, I'd like to thank the Center for Spiritual Living for your kind donations. We are currently located on Stony Point Road in Santa Rosa. Our mission at SCIP is to continually improve and maintain a comprehensive healthcare system to serve the needs and traditional values of our American Indian community. Our goal is to integrate both our culture and health services to offer traditional forms of wellness to our community, as well as modern medicine. Our clinic consists of 8 departments. Dental was our first department offering services to our community. Over the years, we have grown from a single chair to 15 operatories, 8 dentists, and an orthodontist. Our medical department has implemented a phase clinic, which stands for Preventing Heart Attacks and Strokes Every Day. Each patient will be met by a variety of providers that serve all aspects of our patient's health. Our behavioral health department offers a wide range of many services that include counseling, clinical services, outpatient substance abuse counseling, and intimate partner violence advocacy. Our Healthy Traditions Department focuses on nutrition and specifically provides education for patients with diabetes on how to make healthy food choices and lifestyle habits. SKIP offers more to our Native community than healthcare. We provide resources and a community where Natives can come together and are welcomed by other Natives. As a nonprofit, donations are welcomed, and again, we thank the Center for Spiritual Living and hope you have enjoyed learning more about our clinic. Thank you.
I love our once a month connection to our nonprofit partners, and I love knowing that my support of the center in part supports a larger community of nonprofits. If you'd like to know who the nonprofits are that we support, as you exit today, right over there in that direction is a board with all of the names of the nonprofits over the past many, many years that we've been supporting. We just had a lovely Thanksgiving Eve service. If you weren't able to attend, it is available online on our website to see again. We have a tradition at the center. Every year, we take a moment to write down 3 things we would like to be grateful for in the coming year. It's like planting seeds of gratitude. If you missed out and weren't able to participate, it's not too late. On your way out, you can pick up a card. And if you're watching us online, just contact us at info@cslsr.org, and we will make sure that you get one of those cards. We'll keep the cards when you mail them back to us, and then close to Thanksgiving next year, we'll mail them back to you so you can see how your seeds of gratitude and thanksgiving worked in your life. It's now time for us to close our service with a benediction. Again, I invite you to place your hand on your heart and turn right there where it's beating, the center of your emotional center, your spiritual wisdom center, and know with me that you are never alone. That Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you are guided, sustained, and inspired by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly so that in everything we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Please enjoy the closing music.
So let there